In the beginning of our story, we see a woman trying to wake someone up. She was showing a paper with the emperor's decree and telling him to sign the document. When the man opened his eyes, he was shocked to see such a hot woman this close to him. The woman leaned in closer, holding the document. "Emperor, quickly sign this document. Then peace will be maintained in the Wei Kingdom, and my father will help you clean up all the messes for you." The guy, after seeing the emperor's document, realized that he had transmigrated into another body, and not just any body. He was now the emperor. And this woman? She was his concubine. After that, he held her back and pulled her closer to him. From now on, this was our MC's body. In his mind, he thought, this feeling, it's like my college days. So good. I'm an emperor now, so I can build my own harem with all the beautiful women in this world. The concubine, in embarrassment, whispered, "Wait, emperor. First, sign this document. After that, I will fulfill all your desires." After reading the document carefully, MC noticed that this decree was meant to sell the princess to another country to maintain peace. In anger, MC slapped her on the ass so hard that she was thrown away. "Did you forget who I am?" he roared. "I will never sell the princess to make peace. An emperor protects his people, not sells them off." But deep down, the real reason was clear: MC would never give any beautiful girl to someone else. In pain, the concubine asked, "Since you refuse, you will die here." She stood up, calling all her guards inside. "Break his bones and force him to sign the paper. Kill him without leaving any proof. Make it look like an accident happened here." The guards followed her orders, closing in on MC with swords in their hands. In panic, MC shouted, "Wait! I just reincarnated into this world. I haven't even enjoyed any girls yet. How can I die here? What will happen to my harem dream?" At that moment, a sword suddenly flew from behind, killing one of the guards. A woman rushed in. It was the Imperial Guard and Emperor's protector. MC, in disbelief, thought, "So gorgeous. Such a beautiful woman came to save me." The concubine, furious, shouted, "Why are you here? I sent men to deal with you." The sword girl replied with a beautiful smile, "You think those losers could ever beat me?" Our MC quickly stepped closer to the sword girl and said, "No one can defeat Shenji's skill." He was trying to impress her, even making a heart shape with his hands. But the sword girl felt a chill run down her spine. This emperor, a fool and a loser who only knows how to enjoy women, she ignored MC, unaware that this was no longer the old emperor. He was a man from the modern world. The concubine sneered, "You can't handle all my guards alone while protecting the emperor." A voice echoed from behind. "What if you add me into the mix?" It was the commander of the Imperial Guards. He stood in front of MC, kneeling. MC said with a grin, "Stand up, Commander. You arrived just in time. Let's see what this evil concubine does now." The concubine, consumed by rage, tore her clothes and pulled out a poison needle. She dashed toward MC, aiming to kill. But the sword girl and the commander stepped in front, shielding him. The concubine, realizing she couldn't break through them, changed her aim at the last moment, targeting the sword girl. MC, however, noticed her move. Like a Sigma male, he grabbed the concubine's hand and slammed her into the ground. In his mind, he was flexing his muscles, showing off to the sword girl. She was mesmerized by his sudden strength. But in reality, MC was just holding the concubine's legs, thinking he had protected everyone. The sword girl, in disbelief, thought, "When did he change this much? Why is he protecting me?" The concubine, furious, raised her poison needle again, ready to kill. But the commander swiftly tied her up with a rope. Bowing in front of MC, the commander said, "All the rebels have been captured. Now, your order." MC nodded. "Good work. I will reward you generously for all your efforts." The commander was stunned. "Reward? I don't believe it. It's the emperor. He's never said that to me in ages." The concubine, sensing her defeat, switched tactics. She seductively approached MC, showing off her hot body. "You are my husband. How could I dare rebel against you?" she whimpered, fake tears falling from her eyes. She came even closer, pressing her body against him. In MC's mind, he screamed, "How do I resist this hot body?" The concubine thought smugly, "This is it. He won't be able to resist me now." She added with a sly smile, "How about I serve you tonight with my melons and mouth? I'll fulfill all your desires." Hearing this, MC's happy tears flowed like a lake. She moved even closer, releasing her lustful scent. MC's nose bled, and he nearly ascended to heaven in an instant. After coming to his senses, MC didn't know what to say. He wanted it so badly. The commander, sensing danger, said firmly, "I shall kill this wicked woman now. She is manipulating the emperor." But the concubine, smiling to herself, thought, "Looks like the emperor can't kill me anymore." The sword girl thought, I knew it. He's a lustful man who can't resist her. But to everyone's shock, MC punched the concubine in the face so hard that she flew away. Giving a Sigma look, MC said, Do you think I'm a fool? You will be punished for this. Lock her in the prison now. However, MC knew the real power of the court was in the concubine's father's hands. He was the minister who had already manipulated all the court members. I'll deal with this later, MC thought. After that, he looked at the sword girl with a smile. She felt a chill again, raising her sword. MC said sincerely, I'm sorry for all my mistakes. I trusted the wrong person and neglected my duties. You saved me today. What reward do you want? Those piercing eyes? If she discovers I've taken control of the Emperor's body, will she strike me down? A flattering tone escapes her lips. Your Majesty, no reward is necessary. This is my duty. But her words carry a warning. If you truly wish to change, act swiftly. The Empire hangs in the balance. The threats are closing in. The Turks advance with brutal force, while traitorous officials scheme within the court. Just last night, Consort Kai launched his rebellion. Who knows what chaos tomorrow may bring? Shinzai's voice trembles with doubt. Do you still have my trust? If so, I need your aid. The Emperor smirks. Kai-chan? Removing him will be child's play. But Shinzai isn't convinced. Years of your neglect have made Kai-chan dangerously powerful. Bringing him down won't be simple. A defiant grin spreads across the Emperor's face. Fine. If you doubt me, let's make a wager. I'll crush Kai-chan's faction, reclaim the Wei Empire, and restore order. Once the traitors are gone and the throne is secure, you'll marry me and become my empress. Shinzai scoffs. Forget it. But then, after a pause, she relents. Very well, I'll take your bet, but under 3 conditions. The Emperor laughs. Name them. 3? 300, it makes no difference to me. Her demands are stern. Asterisk 1. No more neglect. Rule diligently, no alcohol, no brothels, no indulgence. The Emperor shrugs. Why waste time outside when the palace holds such distractions? Asterisk 2. Heed wise counsel. Learn who's loyal and who's a snake. He smirks. My eyes are only for you. Your words alone will guide me. Asterisk 3. Train your body. Master martial arts. He chuckles. If it pleases my future empress, consider it done. Shinzai's tone turns icy. Swear it on your sword. The Emperor obliges, but his grin returns. And once I fulfill my end, you'll be mine. She warns him. Until then, keep your hands to yourself, or suffer the consequences. A sharp smack echoes? Consider that your punishment. The Emperor merely sighs. Ah, refreshing. Then, with a playful smirk. As you wish, my queen. Now, what was this task you mentioned? She leans in, whispering. First, XXX, then, XXX, understood? The next day, the court echoes. Long live His Majesty. The ministers bow. Rise. The main character said there's no need to be that polite. Stand up. In his mind, he thought it feels good to be the Emperor. Then suddenly one of the ministers stepped forward. He asked the Emperor, who was our main character, may I ask, what did Kai do wrong? Why did you send her to prison and sentence her to death? Tell me, Your Majesty. This minister was the father of the concubine who tried to kill the main character and seduce him. And this minister was not loyal to the main character at all. The sword girl was also listening to this nonsense. She looked at the main character after hearing what the minister said. The main character thought in anger, does this idiot think he can order me around like the previous emperor? The previous body's owner was scared of him. But I am not. The main character said to the minister, stop pretending like you don't know anything. Your daughter tried to kill me. I am the emperor. Did you both forget that? I think you and your daughter are plotting something behind my back. Am I right? The minister quickly said, no. How could I betray you? I didn't know anything. I am loyal to you. Behind the minister, the eunuch thought, what's happening to the emperor? He never spoke to the ministers like this before. I think the emperor is changing. Then the prime minister said, you're mistaken, my emperor. I wasn't involved in this. I don't know anything. The eunuch agreed, the minister is right. I didn't think he could betray you, my emperor. Then Zhou Tang, the minister of justice, spoke. He said, he's right. We need to investigate this properly. This matter is serious. The main character guessed that he was also siding with the disloyal minister. The minister of justice said, we don't know why your concubine, who is the minister's daughter, attacked you. It could be part of a bigger plan. I think someone forced her to attack you. We need to investigate this quickly. The main character's thoughts boiled with anger after hearing this. He knew they were just trying to save the minister and his daughter. He wanted to kill all of them. But he held it in. Because he was the emperor. And his actions would affect the public. Then the eunuch spoke, "We need to question all the soldiers who were there during the incident." Yes, even the general was there. Did he plan this? And this woman was also there. She must be the one. Kill her. She must be the real culprit. The main character couldn't hold his anger any longer. He threw a punch at the eunuch's face. Everyone in the hall was shocked and scared at the same time. The main character said, "If it weren't for these two people, I wouldn't even be alive. They saved me. And you're all trying to blame them. How dare you?" Everyone started whispering, "The emperor actually punched someone in front of us. I can't believe it. The prime minister is in big trouble now." Even the guards and the sword girl were shocked after seeing the main character like this. She thought, he never talked to his ministers this way before. Has he really changed? The eunuch, trying to act innocent, said, "Everyone, look. The emperor raised his hand on me for no reason. This is wrong." The emperor said, "What did I do? I was the one who got attacked in front of everyone. And these two saved me just in time. And now you're asking for proof of that. Don't you believe the emperor's words? Are you all disrespecting me?" Then the emperor shouted to his guards, "Arrest him. Throw him in prison. I sentence him to death. And take all the people who are siding with him too." Then he looked at the prime minister. And said, "Listen, if you take his side as well, I'll gladly throw you in prison with him. So choose your words carefully, minister." After that, the guards dragged the eunuch away toward the prison. The eunuch looked at the prime minister, begging for help. But the prime minister said, "Shut up, you fool. Who said you could disrespect the emperor? You deserve this punishment. Go quietly to prison." In the minister's mind, he thought, "These days, why is it so hard to control the emperor? I went through so much trouble promoting this idiot. Now it's all gone to waste. He used to be loyal to me. I need to do something. This emperor is only creating more and more problems for me lately." Then he spoke to the emperor, "We know he disrespected you. And he deserves punishment. But he has served you faithfully for 10 years in this court. Please show him some mercy. He doesn't deserve the death penalty. I will personally discipline him in the future." Then the emperor replied, "Oh, so you want me to let him go this time? He disrespected me in court, and you want me to forgive him? Is it just because he was your loyal servant? Is that it? No matter what you say, I will not remove the death penalty." Then the minister suddenly spoke loudly, "Okay then, let's make a bet. Everyone here will vote. Let's see who wants to save him from the death penalty. If you win, I'll accept it. But if you lose, you must let him go. What do you say, emperor?" Hearing this, the sword girl tried to stop the emperor. But the emperor accepted the challenge. She was worried about him. She thought, everyone here is on the minister's side. They'll surely vote against the emperor. If this bet continues, the emperor will lose. All the ministers now stood by the prime minister's side. They said, "The minister is right. He served you for many years. You should forgive him this time for his mistake. He doesn't deserve the death penalty." The emperor thought to himself, "Just as I expected. I knew everyone would support him. I need to do something to remove him from power. If I don't, he'll only grow stronger and take control of all my people." Then the minister stepped forward and said, "See, emperor. All the votes are in my favor. Now you have to take back your order." But our main character clapped his hands. And said, "Hold on. This game has just begun." The minister and his allies started to panic. What is he planning? I have a bad feeling about this. Suddenly, from behind, 2 more people arrived. They said, "The emperor is right. He deserves to be punished for disrespecting his majesty." These men had come from prison. Back when the old body owner listened to the minister, he had sent his own loyal people to prison. But now, they were released by the emperor, as his future wife had requested. All of the minister's supporters were shocked. When did they get released? Weren't they locked away months ago? The emperor had personally sent them to prison. The minister's face turned pale. He thought to himself, "No. How did they get out? They're all my enemies. I had them locked up with lies. I fooled the old emperor into imprisoning them." Then the emperor said, "I reviewed your cases once again. And I found out that you had committed no crimes. So I'm restoring your positions. And I'm also releasing all of your family members from prison." The sword girl stood silently, watching. She remembered that she had once told the emperor to free all his loyal followers. The ones who were sent to prison for no reason. She remembered how they were all locked away because of the minister. And now she realized, the emperor truly kept his promise. Then the emperor stood tall and said, "What do you say now?" "I believe he deserves death. Because the majority has voted with me." The prime minister responded, "Maybe you won this time. But remember, our kingdom is precious. And your position is high. Don't do anything that will have a huge impact. Or you'll regret it later." "I just remembered. I need to rest. With your permission, I will take my leave. The emperor casually waved his hand and said, yeah, go ahead, rest. As the minister turned to leave, his face was dark. He thought to himself, what's going on with him? He was never this smart before. If this continues, I'll lose all my power in the future. I need to be careful. I have to do something soon. At the same time, the emperor was thinking to himself, I know exactly what you're planning. Go on, go do whatever you want. Let's see how far you get now that I'm here. After the minister left, all his followers began to panic. They looked at the emperor and begged, Your Majesty, please let us go. But the emperor stared at them. He said, Now it's your turn. One of them begged, Please leave us, Your Majesty. Someone shouted, My wife is waiting for me in bed. Another one said, I have to use the bathroom. Someone else cried out, I have 2 small children. Please, let me go. The emperor smirked. You all want to leave. Then he turned to his guards. Catch them all. Beat them until they forget where they wanted to go. Then throw them into prison. After that, the emperor walked over to the people he had just freed from prison. He looked at them. And at his future wife. With a mischievous smile, he said jokingly, Now then. What should I do with all of you? Then the sword girl stepped forward and said to the emperor. Your Majesty. These ministers belong to the 6 ministries and handle various affairs. If they're all removed, the memorials from the provinces will go unprocessed. It could cause chaos across the empire. The emperor calmly replied. Kai-chun is trying to paralyze the court. He wants to force me to bow to him. But he's also handed me a golden opportunity. If I stand firm now, I can use this moment to promote my own people and reclaim true power. Then he turned to his loyal followers. The ones he had just freed from prison. Ministers. I admit I was wrong before. But now, I've seen the light. I'm determined to start anew. I will govern with diligence. Will you still be willing to assist me? Without hesitation, they replied. Your Majesty is wise. We are willing. The emperor smiled. Good. From now on, we will work together. To eliminate Kai-chun and his ambitious dogs. He raised his hand and declared. Bring up the memorials. Let's begin. The guards entered and brought stacks of memorials. The main character looked shocked. So many. After several minutes, he sat back down on the throne and said. All right, my ministers. You've all worked hard today. Go and rest. Then he leaned back and thought to himself. Being emperor is exhausting. But today, I managed to promote some trustworthy people. So it was worth it. Thanks to Kai-chun's move, I was able to gather my first real power. Just then, one of the royal ministers stepped forward. I take my leave, Your Majesty. The emperor nodded. In his mind, he thought, all right. Time to go find my dear Xianjai. I need to recharge my battery with a kiss. But suddenly, one of the emperor's followers rushed in, shouting. Your Majesty. Bad news. The princess of Nanyang refused to marry the Turks. And attempted suicide. Luckily, she was saved in time. The emperor's eyes twitched. And he said to himself. There goes my rest time. Then we see Zhao Mansion. One of the men was holding the emperor's leg and crying out. Your Majesty please. The princess already tried to take her life. For the sake of the late general who rendered great service to Wei. Can you please choose someone else for the marriage? The emperor calmly replied. Who said I came to force her? The concubine who proposed this marriage. Kai Fei. Is already in the death cell. Where is the princess of Nanyang? I will personally comfort her. The man guided him and pointed at the room. Your Majesty. The princess is still unconscious and in poor condition. In his mind the emperor thought. The princess of Nanyang is the only descendant of General Zhao. The founding hero. If she dies the Zhao family will hate me forever. Then the man softly said to the girl. Princess. The emperor has come to see you. Then we see Zhao Jinjia. Princess of Nanyang. Li's childhood friend. Who grew up accompanying him. Her nickname. Ji-er. The emperor looked at her and thought. She is so beautiful. How could anyone send such a beauty to marry the Turks? She weakly opened her eyes and said. Go away. Leave. I never want to see you again. I hate you. The emperor replied gently. Jia-er. Do not be afraid. I am here to see you. I will not come close if it frightens you. The imperial physicians are here. Let them check on you. Jia-er. She paused. He is still calling me by my childhood nickname. Then she suddenly laughed and looked at him. You are not the emperor. The emperor froze in fear. What did she notice? Did she find out I am not the original owner of this body? With tension rising, he said. Why am I not the emperor anymore? She replied while holding back her tears. They fell slowly from her eyes. The emperor wants to marry me off to a barbaric. And my beloved brother. The emperor. Who vowed to protect me forever. has vanished without a trace. You are a heartless monster. The emperor let out a sigh of relief. He thought. I thought I was exposed. Then suddenly. She got up and shoved him aside. The man rushed to stop her. Oh my God. Is she going to hit her head against the wall and kill herself? The emperor shouted. Princess. No. She cried while running. I will never let a barbaric man humiliate the Zhao family. Then with lightning speed. The emperor caught her from behind. He wrapped his arms around her. Holding her firmly. He whispered. Listen to me now. She paused. You. The emperor gently wiped her tears with his hand. You are my most precious treasure. How could I ever let you marry a foreigner? If it means war, so be it. I will never let this happen. A sovereign should guard the borders of the country. And a king should die for his country. That is the way of a ruler. She stared into his eyes. You mean it. When did I ever say I would send you away? You silly girl. My precious fool. If something were to happen to you, what would I even tell your family? How could I go on living without you? I know I made mistakes in the past. I know you're still hurting. And I know you're angry with me. And for that, I am truly sorry. But right now, I just want you to rest. I'm leaving you here to get better. But promise me one thing. Promise me you will never try to hurt yourself again. Never do something that would tear me apart like that. Nan Yang. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to take care of yourself. Eat properly. Listen to your elders. You have to stay strong. Because I'll protect you. I won't hand you over to anyone else. Never. Her cheeks turned red from embarrassment. And in a soft voice, she whispered. Okay. I will do what you say. Hearing that, the main character gently smiled. Then turned around and ordered everyone to prepare the princess's favorite food. Then the emperor said to the man beside him. Protect the princess at all costs. The man knelt down and replied. Yes, your majesty. From behind the princess looked at him. She could feel it. He had changed. Emperor brother. After that we see the emperor seated in his office. His future wife was beside him. But suddenly a guard rushed in. Your majesty. You have calmed the princess. But if we do not marry her off, I am afraid we will not be able to defeat the barbaric. What should we do? The emperor replied calmly. Do not worry. I have already found a solution. His future wife leaned in curiously. What solution? The emperor replied. According to the memorial, the barbaric are divided into 3 tribes. 1 Khan. And 2 princes. Presumably, these 3 people maintain a decent public image. But secretly, they resent each other. Then she rolled out a map and pointed. The Khan has great power. So he has suppressed the 2 princes. King Wuxian was dissatisfied with the fiefdom before. But there seemed to be no movement after he came in. Moreover, the Yuxian king has been completely bribed by the Khan. The emperor said. Isn't there still King Huaxian who is dissatisfied? They are not monolithic, right? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. This might be a breakthrough. She nodded and said. Your majesty. Are you planning to sow discord within the Khanate? The emperor stood up confidently. There are no eternal relationships. Only eternal interests. As long as we can win over one faction within the Khanate, and use their strength against the others, we can temporarily resolve this crisis. Then the emperor raised his hand. We must immediately contact the Yuxian king. We must win him over. Control him. And stabilize the situation. His future wife replied. Your majesty. Then we must send an envoy. It must be a capable person. At least someone with extraordinary courage. And the ability to debate. The guard added. Your majesty. I recall someone. Nbielia. The biggest troublemaker in the capital. He is extremely eloquent with a silver tongue. Moreover, he is incredibly bold and fearless. Exactly what your majesty needs. But the court has invited him to serve as an official 3 times. He has refused each time. He even boasted that he would rather spend his days drinking and writing poetry in the alleys than work for your majesty. Your majesty might get angry. The emperor smiled. It does not matter. The more talented a person is, the bigger their temper. Quickly find out where he is. I must see him. But keep this matter strictly confidential. Do not let those dogs like Kaichun know. The guard bowed and replied with a bright face. Yes. I will go find him right away. As he left he was thinking to himself. I did not expect him to not be angry. He left with a happy face. The emperor watched him go. Why is he so happy about it? Then he turned to his future wife and smiled. Finally. I can hug and kiss my little Shinzai. Then the emperor leaped at her playfully. Shinzai. Let us have some tea and take a bath to relax. But she calmly flipped her hand forward, hitting the emperor's forehead and tossing him backward. she said firmly. We do not need tea, Your Majesty. It is time for martial arts training. The Emperor sat up in disappointment. What? Then the scene shifted outside. We see his future wife in midair. She held her sword high and came flying in to attack. Your Majesty. Wake up. But the Emperor caught the tip of her sword between 2 fingers. Easy. With a gentle flick. He disarmed her. The sword flew from her hand. She lost balance and fell forward, landing right into his arms. The Emperor smiled. She was blushing. And taking advantage of the moment. He leaned in and kissed her. For a second. He felt like he was in heaven. But suddenly. Her voice called him back. What are you thinking about? The Emperor blinked. Realizing it was just a daydream. He quickly replied. No. Nothing. Aren't we practicing martial arts? Why are we just standing here? Can I learn your swordsmanship? The swishing kind. She looked at him calmly. Your Majesty. You can't learn to sword fight before you've learned to walk. The first step in martial arts is learning to stand. Establishing a solid stance. It's the foundation for endurance, strength, and discipline. Your Majesty. All beginnings are hard. But martial arts can protect you. Even if I'm not around in the future. You'll still be able to defend yourself against assassins. So you must work hard. The Emperor looked shocked. What do you mean if you're not around? Are you going to leave? We made a bet. You can't run away. No way. He thought to himself. If such a beautiful wife runs away, what kind of man would I be? She gently smiled. I was just saying. Now Your Majesty. Focus on your stance. She stepped closer, held his hand, and helped him find the right posture. Your lower body is still unsteady. The Emperor winced in pain. That's not good. Seeing him struggle, she couldn't help but laugh softly. Then she leaned in, her lips near his ear. Fine. I promise you. Your Majesty. She whispered something only he could hear. His eyes widened. His whole face lit up. He thought. Wife. You are amazing. This is so damn good. Viewers. Question for you. What promise did she make that got him this excited? Answer in comment. Then. She was still close to him. His gaze went astray. His eyes locked onto her, Malins. Viewers. You know what Malins mean. Being this close. The Emperor's nose burst like a fountain. Blood shooting out. This is my first time seeing them this close. Is this what happiness feels like? Seeing his expression. She asked. Your Majesty. Why is your nose bleeding? He with a smile gave her a thumbs up. But she quickly noticed where his eyes were stuck. Realizing it. Her face turned red with anger. Damn it. Practice martial arts properly. She spun. Kicked him so hard. The Emperor flew into the air. Watching birds as he soared through the sky. Then the scene changes. Deep inside the prison. All the guards were lying dead. Blood everywhere. Inside the dark cell stood Chingue. The concubine. Daughter of the traitorous minister. The one who tried to kill the Emperor. She had been sentenced to death. But now. Her chains were broken. A cloaked figure stepped forward. Miss Chingue. By order of the master. I'm here to rescue you. He was a subordinate of Kaichun. The prime minister. Chingue narrowed her eyes. Damn Emperor. For ruining me like this. I'll destroy what you cherish the most. I'll make you suffer a fate worse than death. She turned to the man. Tomorrow. You will pretend to lead. He bowed. Yes. Meanwhile. Inside the palace. The Emperor sat slumped over a pile of scrolls. Exhausted. Practicing martial arts. Reading martial arts. Practicing again. He groaned. My back aches. My legs cramp. Even my eyelids are twitching. Oh well. As long as my wife is happy. It's all worth it. He clenched his fists. My wife. You wait. Once I meet all your conditions. I will marry you. Stay by your side forever. Never let you leave me. Not even for a second. Just then. The head guard entered. Your Majesty. And Bailey refuses to enter the palace to meet you. The Emperor stood up, furious. How dare he not come when summoned? I like rebellious types. Fine. I'll go meet him myself. I don't believe I can't handle an Bailey. In his mind. This guy is totally a novel type hidden genius. I must recruit him. The head guard blinked. Your Majesty, you. In his thoughts. His Majesty is becoming more and more easygoing. Suddenly. The Emperor paused. Wait. Where's my wife? No, Shinjai? Why isn't she here? The guard answered. Your Majesty. Miss Su enters closed-door cultivation every 3 days. Today is one of her practice days. The Emperor sighed. I see. But then. A strange twitch ran across his eyelid. His instinct screamed. No. In every story, this is the sign something's gone wrong. He rushed to Wind Tower. His guards followed. Shinjai. My dear. Are you in there? But only her maid appeared. Your Majesty. Miss Shinjai left this morning. She was summoned by you. The Emperor's expression froze. What are you saying? When did I summon her? The maid looked confused. A eunuch on morning duty said Your Majesty was unwell. That the physicians were helpless. So they invited Sister Su to Yongyu Palace. The Emperor's eyes sharpened. He grabbed the head guard. Who were the eunuchs on duty today? The guard replied. Only your servant and Fusho. No one else had duty. The Emperor's voice turned cold. Seal the palace. Seal the entire capital. Search every inch. Find her. In his mind. I knew it. This follows the classic setup. The culprit must be. Just then. Another guard rushed in. Your Majesty. Bad news. Kai Fei. The traitor in death row. She's escaped. The Emperor turned and kicked a nearby tree. Hard. Bark cracked. Leaves flew. I knew it. Shinjai's disappearance is definitely linked to Chingue's prison break. He shouted. Search the entire palace. Interrogate all eunuchs and maidservants. There's a spy inside. Yo, if you're still here, you're not just watching, you're vibing with the story. And guess what? Part 2? It's already loading. And trust me, it's gonna hit way harder. We just hit 500 subscribers, and the crew's getting bigger every day. You subscribe now, you're not just a viewer, you're an OG. And when we hit 1000, you're gonna say, I was here before it blew up. So don't be that one person who watches everything, and forgets to subscribe. Tap that button. Join the squad. Part 2 is dropping soon, and it's gonna be cleaner, crazier, and even better. Catch you in the next screen change.